It was a study that came out from the Wall Street Journal and the University of Chicago that said that a survey found that 56% of Americans no longer believe that a 4-year college degree is worth it. Specifically, respondents were asked to choose between two statements. A 4-year college degree education is worth the cost because people have a better chance of getting a good job and earning more money in their lifetime. Or it's not worth the cost because people graduate with specific skills and with a large amount of debt to pay off. And more people pick the it's not worth it because of the debt versus it's worth it because the education leads to a better job. And I think when you think about that nowadays, especially with a bunch of y'all in school, a lot of y'all listen to this on campus or in your dorm room, or just really think about what you're studying in school, because I can tell you as somebody who's done over 1,000 interviews, who's hired a bunch of people of different ages, that in most of these places, it's not even really about it's not even about your degree. You know what I'm saying? Your resume, sometimes I don't even look at it. Like, I'll look at it we used to look at it on a base level, and I'm talking about a retail level type situation. I understand y'all going into IT and you need all of these certifications and stuff. That's actually dope because you need that to even do the job. But a lot of these places will hire you based on your ability to connect, or if you're somebody who's coachable, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're somebody who has a specific energy. Because let me tell you right now, if you're an asshole and you got all the certifications in the world, I'm not hiring you. And what we're seeing a lot of times now is that people don't even need degrees to get certain jobs, or they graduate, but you done got all this debt that you got the job you wanted, but it don't feel like you working the $80,000 a year job because you got $120,000 in debt and you got to pay $1,500 back in student loans. So when you get that paycheck, you're not even really getting the splurge like you want because you're paying so much fucking debt from having to go to school. You know what I'm saying? Black women are the most enrolled by gender, race, and sex. Black women, you know what I'm saying? They also lead when it comes to debt rising, because it's cool to say, yeah, we're the most educated, but we also starting to get in a lot of debt, y'all. Now let's think about that. Split the bill. I need a man that ain't going, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of these conversations are very close in the proximity. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, the college, that study coming out, I could have predicted that would have happened, because I'd even tell my dad sometimes. My dad always say, you got a degree. You should take your degree and go and get a job. And it's like, I don't want to hear this. I think now more than ever, people feel like their degree isn't worth anything because you're seeing way more people make money, have great careers, and get successful without getting a degree. Mm-hmm. And no debt. No debt in the easiest way. Like, the easiest way. Like, and it be for stuff that we went to school for. You know what I'm saying? We go to school for film. You see this motherfucker just does some regular shit on his phone or some shit. I mean, is it bad? No, it is good. But you like, damn, I went to film school for a couple of years. You pay all the money. Yeah. And you realize, damn, I didn't even need to do that to get to the level that I'm currently at now. Yeah. Like, when I think about my film mind right now, as somebody who went to film school, do I think I needed to go to film school to have this level? Even if it was little small thing, I don't think so. I would trade the money spent for school to be able to get it on my own. I don't think my college experience was worth the money spent for it. So I think everybody feels that way. Like, yo, looking around at the landscape, I don't feel like it was money well spent. I feel like I wasted time, because look at these people. You see the 19-year-olds not even thinking about certain things. Yep. The world is really their oyster. We were the last crop of students that are legit told you need to go to college. Mm. We were raised on, you're not going to be able to do that in college. You're going to have to go to college. Yep. Like, that was how we were raised. We have the parents who say you need to get a job and go to college. That's how most of our parents were raised. That's how they raised us. And the bad thing is we didn't know what the opportunities would be, but now that we see it, we can't help but regret some of the decisions we made with our parents at 18 and 19, because don't nobody want to talk about that.
Right, your parents.
We making those decisions with our parents.
Yeah.
They're putting you in the debt. Like, because you're trying to go out and get, they are also trying to put you in the best position.
And
to
they
win.
don't, they have, sometimes, that's the thing. A lot of parents of the people that are in the country that are immigrants that have parents from different countries. I got a lot of friends that are African that say, my dad wanted me to be a doctor or a lawyer, and he ain't fucking what I'm doing right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because they sometimes people just have that mindset where they still think you need to get your degree. Yeah. And then all of these job opportunities for you to make great money is going to open, because that was the American way a long time ago. We paid $8,000 for an editing class at Full Sail. $8,000 for that month of editing class that motherfuckers can now go on YouTube and we can tell you how to do everything in Final Cut in 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Everything that we went over.
Everything.
Each day for 30. Not only did it cost $8,000, it's 30 days. You know what I'm saying? It's putting in real work.
Today we're gonna learn about Blade Tool, and
we're gonna learn about the Blade Tool and the cut
This motherfucker
tool.
covered that in 2020 in 3 minutes.
It was very easy. And you know what was crazy? Me and Terrell was in school before shit like. We was in school before you really realized you could learn everything on YouTube. Remember? Yep. I'm glad I wasn't in film school then, because you know what? That's wrong.
No, you right, Terrance.
I wish I was in film school knowing that I could learn, knowing that I had YouTube as a resource. And I won't completely shit on film school, y'all. I do think there are situations, Terrell, where you can go to school and take your entire game to the next level. Yeah. Especially a school like an art school, like film school, or even culinary, or if you're somebody who's into like painting or drawing or anything like that, or AI. I do think that you could have a special talent that does get revealed when you go to college.
Yes.
It's just like we always say, bro, high risk, high reward, but also low risk, low reward on other ends of it. Like it's a high risk going to film school because you taking the money out. You know what I'm saying? But that investment could equal a high reward. I think that our investment in film school gave us a high reward.
It did.
It was a high risk. I think it gave us a high reward, even if it stopped right now. So, like, I don't regret it. Is that what the article was saying, that people regretted it, or they would just choose to not say it's important to get?
56% of people say that a 4-year degree just isn't worth it because of the debt.
It's not worth it.
They chose that option. I don't give a fuck about education because that debt is no joke.
Yeah.
But you learn more just from being in Florida than anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way you are, the way you articulate yourself and mixing with them people. I mean, I'm like, we've talked about this on this podcast 1,000 times, but you pick up new listeners all the time. But we went to school and we wasn't with white folks like that. You know what I'm saying? Until we got to school. And then you start saying, all right, bet. Like my best friend in college was a guy named James Turfone from Nebraska. He's literally on hella sets now doing all types of grip lighting work. And at one point, it was just me, Terrance, and Jared McGriff. Remember Jared? Shout out to Jared. He's doing great things at BET now.
Great things. Jared, you're going to go in the Full Sail Hall of Fame, bro.
If you keep it up.
You're going to go there.
But at one point, it was just us three. And man, shout out to Mandisha. Like, it was just us four only black folks in the whole class. And there was times.
And we had Ashton, who was above us.
Oh,
don't forget Ashton.
Ashton was in the class.
We had people. We had Lucky. We had a lot. We had other blacks.
Think about it. Lucky was in music. Ashton was a class ahead of us. Ashton was that's my guy for life.
For life.
But Ashton was in a class ahead of us. It got to a point where it was me, you, Jared. That's it for black folks.
Jared, and Mandisha.
Because Terrance's ass failed that. I was talking to my girl about this the other day.
Failed, and
I said when Terrance failed that class and I got a month off, boy, I didn't do nothing. That's when I started watching Sons of Anarchy. But
gave you your favorite show, low key.
Crazy, bro. People don't understand that broken window I sat next to while watching that show. Remember my window in my room was broke, that little square? But yeah, Brody. I think when it comes to college, just really think about what it is you're doing. A business degree will never age bad. A law degree will never age bad because the law don't change. The standards of business don't really change like that. Getting one of these, what they call it? Not AI, but getting these certifications so you can do internet technology, that stuff is pretty standard shit that it ain't gonna change much on a base level. But if you're thinking about going to art school, you just gotta be prepared for the fact that the shit will evolve.
Yes.
They had us pulling focus like this with a tape measure. And now there's a motherfucker sitting there with a digital version of it. And it's like, damn, why the fuck did we learn that?
Hell yeah. Don't be afraid to make a conscious decision, though. You're going to see a lot of content out there like this that's going to kind of seem like it's negative towards college. And it's really not meant to be negative. It's just meant to keep you aware because they don't talk about the money part when they talk about school. They talk about the education. They talk about opportunities. But I want y'all to think if you go to college for 5 years and you in $100,000 in debt and you actually get the career you want, you become this big doctor or this big lawyer or whatever. That's always great, but people feel like people have that feeling of having somebody in their back pocket for it. Like you taking out loans so that you can get this career, but once you finally get that career, the money you getting from the career, you're giving back to your loans. And then you got interest and you feel like, damn, this person, that's kind of how I feel about our student loans. I felt like this was somebody who was basically letting me know they would help me get an experience. And once I got it, now I feel like they feel like I owe them forever, you know? And it doesn't matter what I got from it. Like it doesn't matter if I felt fulfilled from the experience or if I felt like I got the most from it. It just is what it is. That's why you have to understand that it's not because that's not what it is. I made the choice. It's going to feel like that, though. Like, it's going to feel like somebody is in your back pocket. And it won't feel like that until you are an adult and you're past the dreams that you have. You got to understand, you can definitely be blinded by your dreams. And you say, man, fuck it, I'm going to take out this money because I'm going to go here and do this. And there's probably more people on earth that could experience that than probably have experienced this than success.
100%.
Which is thinking that your shit is going to work out. Newsflash, it just won't.